Welcome Ritu, and thank you so much for your time. And we are very pleased to have you as one of our esteemed speakers at this year's conference, which is also the fifth edition of Global Testing Retreat. So, Ritu, can I request you to introduce yourself or say a few lines about yourself?
Sure. Thank you so much, Harsh, first of all, for giving me this opportunity. About me, if I say I'm a pretty simple, fun loving person, experienced throughout with the IT industry, and uh, I should rather say a natural leader in this field. Currently, I'm working as an associate director at FIS, where I'm leading the product delivery for one of the growing portfolios in merchant solution. Prior to this, I have been working with Pfizer and Infosys, wherein I was leading the Center of Excellence for Specialized Testing Delivery, with focus on leading edge technologies like mobility, IoT, microservices, service virtualization, cloud containerization. And if I talk about my experience, I should say I have grown up in this IT industry and having held roles in technology and domain gives me a good insight for wider functional areas as well as understanding the technology side of it. And I very much cherish the teamwork here.
Thank you so much, Ritu, for a very nice introduction. And we know that you are a leader, and we have experienced that through our interactions at our previous conferences as well. And we are very glad to have you again at this year's edition of the conference. So, Ritu, I was just going through your title, the topic title that you have said for this year's, that is Thrive Through Technical Excellence. And in the abstract that you have shared, you mentioned that technical excellence is about uncovering better ways of developing software by doing it and helping others to do it. So, can you say something more about the topic, so which would be helpful to a larger audience?
Absolutely. So, Harsh, talking about the topic that I have selected is very well correlated with my day-to-day work. Working purely onto the testing stream and now owing the overall delivery, that is the development teams, feature development teams I am leading with. And one of the topic that always comes into discussion is how much technical excellence is required, whether you are a manager, a product owner, scrum master, or an engineer, up to what length and depth you need to know the technology implementation, whether you should be knowing it at high level or up to what depth. And nowhere see I am saying at all these different roles you need to know how to code. All I am trying to talk in this particular topic is what is being technical. It basically means different things to different roles, and if I can simplify, it is basically uncovering the better ways of developing the work that you are doing and helping others do that. And as I said, this is very much aligned with the work I am doing and dealing with multiple stakeholders within the teams. Okay, be it the Scrum Masters, be it the managers or the QA team or the test automation team or the developers, the product owners, how what we are looking out for, technical capabilities or how they should be thriving to get those technical excellence. These are probably the few areas that I would love to talk in my topic.
Thank you so
And
much, Ritu, for
so
that. Yeah, you
sorry.
were adding something. You were adding something.
Yes, I just wanted to add what it is in for the audience there to attend. Okay, I want to give them a view from eye perspective, how things internally are connected, and when you know things better, how you can collaborate with the multiple stakeholders and do things better. Okay, let us consider a very simple example from UI or UX front. Okay, if the person who is developing your UI or creating the UX screens, if they understand Angular much better, it would be always easy for them to correlate the expectations with the stakeholders. Okay, for example, the business might come back and ask them, all of our application is in Angular. Instead of putting it up in other technology, do you mind exploring the capabilities of Angular? Now, this person will not be able to give any sort of inputs until and unless they understand Angular onto high level so that they can exploit the bigger part of it. And the same happens with testers as well. At times we just think it from the idea of, you know, as a tester's job, my role is more to uncover the defects. Okay, but if you'll understand the domain better, you will be able to identify a lot of things onto high level or maybe some critical insights which you might not be able to figure out only if you understand if you execute the desired test cases, the step-by-step flow. You will be able to correlate things better, and that's what I am trying to you know frame in my talk, how these organizations, the different organizations and the different roles in the organizations should thrive for technical excellence.
Thank you so much, Ritu. I think you have very well put the things, and through the example that you gave, I think things are much more clear. And your session would be very well, very much intriguing for the audience, and I'm sure that there would be a lot of takeaways which everyone would get, not just testers, but it's like leaders, developers, and whoever is attending your session, which would gain a lot from your session, Ritu. So it's like moving ahead, Ritu, I wanted to ask you that you are a leader and you are there in the industry for quite a long time now. So it's like, what is your passion and what keeps you going, Ritu, on a daily basis?
Well, if I say my passion is about, bringing positive change in the society, be it by educating, empowering, or championing others. At times, even a lot of my friends, they call me Ritu Mata, that I keep on telling them a lot of things. I may go extra mile as well, but I love to bring the best out of people while working with the lot of teams as well. Okay, in my current portfolio, close to 100 people are reporting into me. Me as in my hierarchy. And what I feel is invest in people. Okay, technology is something that people can always learn. Invest in people, and you'll realize that the same people will do wonders for you. That is a simple thing, and I love to connect with them one on one in groups to make them feel proud of what they are doing. And I know rest of my things are done, because then people will definitely work it out for you, because the same happens for us as well. Okay, being in IT industry for like more than 20 years now, even we know it. We used to work for QTP we started with, and tools and technologies keep on coming and going. We work more with people, the bosses or the people around, and we stay in the company for people, and we love to connect with people. That's what human nature is. So, and my passion is also around that.
Very rightly mentioned, Ritu, and it's like that's what a true leader does. It's like invest in people and try to bring them up, and so that they can put in their best efforts and give the best to the organization. So, Ritu, moving ahead, I wanted to ask that I think you are currently based out of Pune, right? And so it's like,
Yes.
is Pune is your hometown or something more about your hometown? Would you like to share something with us?
Sure,
One
definitely.
special memory or some special things about your hometown?
Sure. So Pune is like a second home to us. We are here for like more than 18 years now, loving every bit of it, be the weather, the people, the place, everything. I originally belong to Jodhpur, Rajasthan. Okay, so well, Jodhpur is an
That's another
amazing, beautiful.
interesting place.
Yes, yes, I know Aditya is from Jodhpur. Currently, he is there enjoying. So you talk about anything and you'll get it in Jodhpur. The charm of a small city, the food, the sweets. In entire world, you'll not get the sweets, the way you get it in Jodhpur. People love to eat there. They live to eat, I should rather say. So the colorful everything.
Rightly mentioned. So it's like everyone is a foodie there, I suppose. I believe in Jodhpur. So that brings me to another question, Ritu. So it's like, what is your favorite food or favorite cuisine? Would you like to share something on that lines?
I love to eat. I know after that I have to run a lot because I tend to gain weight, but I love to eat. I am changing my food habits as well to keep it healthy, but I know the more unhealthy it is, the more tasty it is. So coming back to the same point, whenever I go to Jodhpur, you won't believe our breakfast is usually jalebi and mirchi, sharp at 9 in the morning. So
So the more unhealthy it is, the more tasty it is. So it's a different paradox altogether.
yes, the more deep fried and all, it is, the further taste it develop. Yes, but in routine day-to-day life and all, now trying to get more onto healthy stuff because that has its own benefits, and maybe with the growing age, it gets you more active. So
We
getting
become more conscious after a certain age. Ritu.
yes, yes, you realize that you have to.
Yes, yes, yes. So, Ritu, a couple of questions before I let you go. So, it's like you are there in the industry and you have seen technology growing, right? You mentioned the earlier days about QTP, and now we hear a lot of new things coming. So, where do you see the current technology trend evolving, and where do you see the current tester placed in this scenario?
Well, if I talk about, you know, testing trends, I should say the way things are changing, disruption is going to be there always. The way we used to test is not the same, and the way we are going to be testing is not going to be same. Things have been changing, things will keep on changing. What I feel is keep learning. Learning is an aspect that you should always keep yourself up to date about how things are happening. You never know, uh, and even the newer trends that are coming, I find at times they are relatively easy to understand. Once you understand those, they make your job easy as well. So I think people need to get more and more open towards learning the new stuff that is coming in, or at least keep a watch on what is happening, the newer technology trends that are coming to stay ahead of the competition. And you should know when and where to plug it in into your relevant work, because until and unless you know what those technology trends are, you might not be able to correlate it with your existing work, and you might continue to do all that has been done since ages.
Rightly mentioned, Ritu. So it's like there are a lot of things which are evolving, and it's very much important to stay updated with the things so that a person stays relevant. So one final question, Ritu, before I let you go. So it's like as a leader, and you might have seen more leaders, and you might have interacted with a lot of leaders in the industry over the years now. So it's like any particular mistake or something learning that someone has committed that you would like to avoid as a leader, which you would not like to repeat, or something, some learning that you have seen that you would not like to repeat
So,
as a leader.
well, I don't have any specific instance over here. However, I would like to add that, as a leader, you always have to give the comfort to people around you. Okay, they should be comfortable telling you your failures, mistakes, or feedbacks. I always feel that. And even it is with your kids as well. telling them what to do is one part of it, but listening is also a very important aspect here. And listening while giving the other person a comfort is more important, because then you know the strengths and weaknesses of your team, and you can better work onto the gaps and make the team a successful area. And
Very rightly
talking
mentioned, Ritu. Very rightly mentioned. I think listening is an art, and it's like people need to cultivate that art. So it's like, just as you said, the telling is one part of it, but listening to the team members, listening to all the people around you is very much important and very much
yes.
needed.
And listening with no judgment is also very important. You should not be hearing it out when the other person is telling you about things not done right, that later on in appraisal you just tell them, these are the things you did not do it right. You have to understand the perspective and help to correct things. That should be the course of action. And coming back to the second part of your question, this is something that I have improved over the years. And I realized it helps nourish the relationships as well, with the teams on and onto the personal aspect as well. Hear them without any judgments and figure out what the gaps are, work onto them instead of pointing it out. Nobody is perfect. We can always work to make it good, do good.
Very rightly mentioned, Ritu. So it's like we need to improve, and then that's how we become better on a day-to-day basis.
Yes.
Yeah. Thank you so much, Ritu, for your time. It was nice talking to you, and we are really looking forward for your session at this year's conference.
Thank you, Harsh. It's a pleasure being a part of ATA GTR consecutively for the third year.
Thank you so much, Ritu.